Hey, Bag FX here, man. I just want to tell y'all this is probably the best video I've put out so far. I go over how my first trade was a loss and how you're able to not be married to the idea and flip the hips and be able to get into a new trade and the concepts on why my targets are my targets and how they are and just the psychology of being in a trade. I go over everything, so please give this video a watch. I definitely recommend it. I just happened to jump into a trade and I thought, why not take it live and explain the mental or the process behind what I see when I get into a trade. So let's just go to the top chart real quick. Let's start up here. As you can see, this white line is the indication of today's open. And as you could tell, if you look back from Friday, we were rejecting off of this 15-minute fair value gap, and we're still looking to target these local lows right here, this higher PDA, higher time frame low right here, and also this fair value gap. Um, so once I saw that we opened up and we still continued downward, and we still had some order flow going south, I figured, well, I see a fair value gap. I see we just broke below. I'm sorry, we broke below here, and we still got another fair value gap causing more displacement. So I'm like, why not mark this up and get in, and let's see what happened. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see I am in a trade right now for Apex Funded Trader. I'll show y'all. I am on a mini and a regular, but I don't try to look at my P&L while I'm trading. Strictly to the charts. So right now, what I'm looking for is, of course, price to continue down. I just did a simple 2-to-1 stop loss of back above the high, targeting, 2%. Let's jump down to the 1-minute chart. So as you can see on the 1-minute chart, there are a lot more fair value gaps that were left behind. The most extreme being this one right up here. I did mark this extreme fair value gap. This is the most extreme 5-minute fair value gap. So if I pull that up, you'll see you had a fair value gap here, and you have a fair value gap right here. Now, on a 1-minute chart, this is saying it's blue, like it's a change in trend, but we got our highest high before our low right here. So I would want to see this broke or this broke to confirm. This would be my break of structure. And then up here would be my change of character. We really take it from this high right here. So boom, that's what I'm looking for to manage this trade. That's where my mind is mentally. I have my levels marked off. Now we sit and wait. We want to see this order block be respected. If this order block is closed through on a 5-minute chart, then I know it's time to get out of here. So we're about to have another 5-minute candle change in about 50 seconds. And then on a 1-minute chart, we do have this very small fair value gap right here that potentially can get wicked into. I would like to see it get wicked into and continue to drop. But if not, we'll close her out. We'll close the trade out. I'm not trying to risk too much. I'm not going to make this video long. I'm probably only going to record the next 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So we'll see. But I'll be right back whenever we get some movement. All right, it's been about 10 minutes right now. In the last 10 minutes, price did come down. It did bounce off of this fair value gap and went back into this 5 minute fair value gap off this one. So as soon as we get a candle closure above here, I will be exiting the trade because that will let me know that price has indeed made its change of state of delivery, of bullishness now. But if we do come back down, I want to see us trade to and through this 1 minute fair value gap to continue on our way down, back down. If that does not happen, then I'm gonna close the trade out. It's simple as that. Price is acting as if it wants to reject here now. I would love to see it get out of this 5 minute fair value gap on the 1 minute chart and start heading back down. But until then, still waiting, still patient. Just to reflect, currently we are looking for a sell to the downside, but on a 5 minute chart, we do have a fair value gap, which is marked off right here in red on the 1 minute. If we do get a candle closure that closes out of here, then we're done. We're gonna head to the opposite direction, close this trade out, and most likely flip the hips and get into a buy. But until then, I'll bring y'all right back whenever we get some movement. We are getting movement from this 5 minute fair value gap right now. We just have a new 5 minute candle just open. So let's see what happens. Based off of the structure right now, it looks like this next 5 minute candle should be another down closing candle. So we'll wait and see. I'll bring y'all back at the end of this 5 minute candle, or if we get big displacement to the downside, I'll bring y'all back so I can walk you through how to properly enter in. The 2 o'clock open of London has technically hit my stop loss that I do have in place here. So I'm going to stick to my trading rules and I'm going to close out. And we will take a buy. I did get in buy. I'm only going to get in for one contract. And that's why we follow the rules. Got out just in time. Now let's look on a 15-minute chart to where we could potentially trade it to this one. The next local high would be up here. Drop back down to a 5-minute chart. So I'd be looking for some type of close right here. We're going to take a quick little scout. Get in, get out, make back some of those losses. Yeah, definitely going to make back some losses. And then once we get a real change of character. So let's say our last swing high came from about right here to here. Once we break this, we're going to need a break, retest. So break, retest, and continuation. We have flipped the hips. We are looking to take a buy now. Well, I'm already in a buy. I'm marking an order to buy. All right, y'all. I did end up getting into a buy. As you could see here, got into a buy on a mini and a standard. Targets wise, we do have local liquidity right here. We do have a 5-minute fair value gap right here, and we do have the new day open gap, which is basically the close from Friday in the open of Sunday, mark that up. There's your new day open gap. Real self-explanatory. I wish it was more exciting. As you can tell, we did pull Sunday's liquidity, Asian liquidity right here. So this would be considered the London Judas trade. Right now, we had our fake move to the downside. We pulled Asian liquidity. So yeah, I would like to see this first target hit, and then I'm gonna take off my standard, and then I'm gonna leave the mini to run further. But that's the updated trade plan right now. As you can tell, we did close to and through this 5 minute fair value gap, so that invalidated us being bearish. We are getting a change of character, so price is now gonna be hasn't recently made a higher high. Now we're gonna look for a higher low somewhere in this general area to continue to make another higher high and carry on with our bullish momentum as we get this huge bearish engulfing candle as I say all this, but we'll see what happens. I do want to say psychology and mentally right now, I am getting a little emotionally attached to this trade. One, I am making a video and I want to be right, of course, for the video. Two, I did take a loss already. So one, I'm already on the edge, took one L. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know where I'm at mentally, how I'm feeling throughout this trade. Everyone has these feelings. Don't think you're the only one when you have them. Like have these thoughts when you're trading. Happens to everybody. Let's see what happens with this trade. I will say on the 1 minute chart, this does look like a little bit of break and retest. As you can tell, we had a level right here that we could not break. Let's change that up. We had a level that we couldn't break right here. This right here. Thank you. Looks like we came down. We had a break. We're retesting and now potentially looking to push up. That's what I would like to see and would make sense to me. Let's see how this candle closes in the next 20 seconds. I would like to see it close bullish. If it does close bullish, it does close up that 1 minute fair value gap right in here. Not sure if y'all can see this. Let me send everything to the back real quick. And bring this forward. And send this to the back. All right, it is. But yeah, I want to see this fair value gap get closed through. That'll be another strong indication that we are reversing. I'll update y'all. All right, we did get a move. The first area of interest was hit. This area of liquidity right here. This has been hit. Now we're going to wait and see if we can get to this fair value gap right here. And we'll see how we react off of that. I'm not going to lie, I did get faked out right here. I did close my original position. And then I bought. Then I sold, and then I bought again because I was like, you know what, let me just stick back to my bias. I'm glad, it paid out so far. But yes, just to be transparent, honest, I did get a little mentally psyched out, like I said earlier. We have hit the fair value gap on the 5 minute chart. As you can see right here, we are on the 1 minute chart. London has just opened at 3 o'clock. Now we're moving up. Let's see if we get back to the open of the day. This would be the close of Friday. This would be the open of today. So let's turn on our midpoint so we can see where that's at. We want to see how price reacts off this midpoint here. And as you can see, that's where I have my stop, honestly. But I am interested in about 1911. Let me get rid of this. If you really zoom in here, you can see in 1911 we kind of have some equal highs. We have some relative equal highs, so we take out this liquidity. There's a fair value gap behind there. So I might target 1911 and just catch this whole move today. And that'll be the trade of the day. Price is moving up still. We've tapped, almost tapped. Almost tapped Friday's close. Would like to see it get in here. Have a pullback down. Let's see on the 5-minute chart. Let's say we have a fair value gap here, fair value gap here, fair value gap here. So we can expect some type of pullback eventually, 100%. So I'll update y'all in one moment. All right, price shot up really quick. The order filled right there. That was for something else. Now I want to target. Let's see, what is this price? 903.75. So let's just target 9,000 or 900 even. I will check in with y'all again. All right, we took liquidity. So this is where I'm at mentally right now. We took liquidity. We traded right through to and through this 5-minute fair value gap. So what I'm looking for right now is price to come back in to test like another break and retest because we broke this high. So we want to get some type of break and retest between this high, this fair value gap. And we want to be able to get some type of order in on the discount, not the premium, the discount of this move. So if we go to the 1 minute, on the 1 minute chart, I would be confident putting an entry right about here on this midline. This midline of this bullish 1 minute fair value gap. So at 15,864.75. I would feel real confident right there. I would feel even more confident taking an entry off this order block right here at 60. So we'll see. I'll update y'all again. But this is where I'm at mentally processing this trade. Before I go, let's check on this fair value gap. We traded 2. We're getting a rejection off of it right now. So right now we would wait for another break of structure, or break of structure. So we have a high, a low. We want to see this high basically. So basically be a high, low, high, low. We want to see this high taken out again before we know for sure we're going to continue. But we still are open to the possibility of pulling back. This is a brand new candle open for the hour. We're only 14 minutes into this candle, so we could definitely see some type of pullback. I'll update y'all whenever we get there. We just got that pullback that I was saying. So from the top to the bottom, here's our 50%. This is our golden zone. If you know anything about the Fibonacci, Here's that 1 minute fair value gap. Here is the halfway line. We tapped it. I did enter in another contract. I'm in, I believe, three right now. Yeah, three contracts, micros. And I'm just going to be targeting right up here. 9:15:9:03. I'll update y'all when we get back up there. All right, we have officially closed above the new day gap. Now I'm going to target the 1 minute liquidity right here. I'm going to close out the standard and two of the minis, and then let the one mini run to the equal highs here, and that would be the end of the day. I'll check in with y'all whenever we get there. All right, y'all. We have hit the target. I did close this out. Um, I did close it out when we hit this liquidity for our standard, and I ended up closing out the mini as well. Let me go to that. I ended up closing out the mini. So as you can see, here are the executions. Got in right here on this mid of the fair value gap. Targeted liquidity. Got out. As you can see, very minimal drawdown on this trade. Let's go back to NQ. So initially, remember we were looking for a sell. We didn't get the sell. I switched, flipped the hips. We got into a buy right here. I closed out the first target. Waited for the pullback. Got back in on the midline of this fair value gap and targeted liquidity. Price is going to continue to run and get these highs, but I'm good for the night. We're up a little over 1% on the day. I was down $460, so we had like an $890 swing, $809 swing basically. So I'll take that. I'll call that successful. I did get psyched out right here because I did have my sells, and then I got into a buy and I sold, and then I bought again. So I psyched myself out, lost money right here for no reason. Just sort of stuck to the simple trading plan. Once we took the Asian low, wait for the break of the change of character, and then we're out of there. But I hope y'all learned something, and I really enjoyed making this video of live trading. As well, this isn't live trading, but live executions. Can't wait for y'all to see this. Feel free to leave any feedback or questions. Take care.